From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fbx Evening News.
Good evening. Welcome to the broadcast. It was a somber day in Alaska's capital as word circulated that State Representative Max Gruenberg died at his home in Juneau Sunday morning.
Born in San Francisco in 1943, Gruenberg arrived in Alaska in 1970 and served in the Alaska House of Representatives from 1985 to 93 and again from 2003 to the present. He twice served as House Majority Leader and had recently been serving as the whip for the Alaska Independent Democratic Coalition. Gruenberg represented District 16 of Anchorage as a Democrat. The House gavelled in for a brief floor session this morning, but made little reference to Gruenberg's death. At the request of Senator Bill Wielechowski, the Senate held a moment of silence in honor of the Representative Gruenberg.
I've often heard that we should try and leave this legislative institution a little better place in the time that we serve here. Max certainly did that. Representative Gruenberg, we'll miss you.
There's a lot of policy that has affected a lot of people in Alaska because of Max Gruenberg. And it's a little bit of a somber day for us here. So even though we will enjoy doing the people's work for our districts, there's one district that is without.
We will miss Representative Gruenberg. At the same time, we can celebrate the time we had with him.
Oh, man.
And I know there's an expression here about maximizing a bill.
Yeah.
Because Representative Gruenberg was very focused on detail.
A report of a possible car theft led to the arrest of two California brothers in Fairbanks on felony charges of sex trafficking. Police say 37-year-old Kindale Standifer and 34-year-old Jamal Williams had been operating a Fairbanks escort service. The investigation started when Ava's car rental reported that a vehicle had not been returned. Police spotted the car and stopped it. The statewide drug enforcement unit was called in due to evidence found in the car. Now, officers then contacted a woman in a room at the Westmark Hotel who reportedly told them she was Standifer's girlfriend and was involved in the escort service with him.
The city of Kodiak and two officers from its police department are being sued over the way an autistic man was arrested last September. Officers reportedly used force subduing the 28-year-old Nick Plentnikoff and pepper sprayed him while he was being taken into custody. Kodiak police released body camera video of the incident, which shows Plentnikoff saying he wanted to go home as the officers held him down. An investigator hired by the city to review the incident said police acted improperly. Plentnikoff's family disagrees and filed the lawsuit late last week. The lawsuit names Judith and Robert Plentnikoff as guardians for Nicholas Plentnikoff and him as the plaintiff. They are seeking more than $100,000 in damages.
Those with a love for the Alaskan outdoors may find themselves in more than one dangerous situation, so several backcountry safety workshops will be held across the state for the public's benefit. One of those workshops is scheduled in Fairbanks tomorrow. The REI Outdoors store on College Road will have experts from the Alaska Avalanche Information Center giving a safety presentation for adventurers. The course covers avalanche awareness, personal safety devices, and survival training. Officials with the center tallied at least 3 confirmed deaths caused by Alaska avalanches this winter. The University of Alaska Fairbanks, Alaska State Troopers, and other entities will also be holding other backcountry safety workshops throughout the state. Tomorrow's event is at 6 and is free to attend. UAF Recreation Director Mark Oldmixon says safety is the key theme.
The minute you turn your back on the Alaska wilderness, it will remind you that you disrespected it and didn't adhere to maybe some of the warnings that were out there. You know, a 1-hour workshop goes a long way to give you a little bit of cautionary note before you head out there.
When we come back, BP hosted the Chancellor's Gala at the Westmark this weekend, and they had a big surprise in store for the engineering building. We'll have the details.
Also, Pioneer Park held its 29th annual Fairbanks Folk Festival, and hundreds gathered to enjoy the music. Those stories and more when we return. Stay with us. Welcome back. Southeast Fairbanks will be seeing a fair amount of construction work this summer thanks to federal funds. The Bureaumark Neighborhood Improvement Project monies will be used for sidewalks, traffic circles, and other facilities. A neighborhood committee came up with the ideas contained in the project. It adds sidewalks on Bureaumark Street between 23rd and 28th, gateways at 23rd and Rickert, sidewalks on Stacia Street, and 12 traffic circles in the area.
The UAF Chancellor's Gala took place this weekend, and BP came with a big surprise for UAF's engineer building. We'll have more on this report. There was standing room only at the 2016 Chancellor's Gala on Saturday night. The formal event had walls lined with goods to be auctioned off. The interim chancellor of UAF, Mike Powers, says this year the net proceeds will go to support community mental health programs.
This year, for a second year in a row, we'll be donating to the Fbx Memorial Hospital behavioral health effort in the Greater Fbx Community Hospital Foundation, focus on behavioral health issues in the community. This is probably the #1 pressing health need across the state, and certainly reflected here in the community as well.
While gala attendees chipped in to raise funds for better health care, British Petroleum stepped up to fund a better mind. BP President Janet Weiss took the stage and announced the company will donate $1 million to UAF's Alaska Center for Energy and Power to help finish off the engineering building.
BP's thrilled to be able to give $1 million to the Alaska Center of Energy and Power. It's a great initiative, an initiative that's looking for energy solutions for Alaska, for the nation, and the world.
BP's contribution came as a surprise to dinner guests, especially in a time when oil prices keep sinking. Weiss says that BP is part of the community in good and bad times.
There's a great need for a great cause. And we were able to pull together that $1 million. It's a time of great need, and it is tough. And I know that it might seem a little ill-timed, but actually the need is great, and we are a part of the community in the good times and the lean times.
The dean of UAF's College of Engineering and Mines, Doug Gehring, says he sees the donation as a two-way street and that BP is giving back to the university that hires so many of its alumni.
UAF has had a long history with British Petroleum. Over the years, BP has increased their interest in our graduates and hired quite a number of alums. So many of our engineering graduates now work for BP. And so it's been a very good relationship for both BP and for the university. And a lot of that has come to fruition through our engineering graduates. And as you see tonight, BP sees this as a two-way street. They're willing and interested in giving back to the university and to public education in the state of Alaska in a big way.
Gehring says this donation will go towards the $6.5 million needed to finish the 4th floor of the engineering building, and while they can't start yet, he is hopeful that UAF will get the rest of the funds soon. Sarah Dabowski reporting.
A few hundred locals attended the 29th annual Fairbanks Folk Festival to hear a variety of bands playing inside Pioneer Park on Saturday. Acts were about 20 minutes long and ran back to back. Performers ranged significantly in both age and genre. Some were young bands, while others were older, and a number of them have been playing around town for decades. One of the board members says Folk Fest is a great chance to listen to music and dance to local talent.
It's 29 years now that we're doing this, and you know, music is just a special thing. It just makes everybody feel good. It's hard to find somebody that doesn't like music of one kind of another.
I love the energy of the Folk Fest. Lots of different music, lots of different genres, lots of different people just having fun, enjoying each other and enjoying the music.
I've never attended and like to go someday.
The Folk Festival?
Yeah, but I'm more into gangster rap, you know. Everybody knows it.
Yeah. All right, Joe Cook is up next with sports and has details on today's Yukon Quest winner.
And in the weekend recap, we'll see the Monroe Rams are on top of the hockey world.
And we'll have another I-5.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back, Interior Sports fans. Joe Cook here once again with the weekend recap this Monday evening. But first, Yukon Quest crowned its champion today, and the Cat in the Hat from Tok takes the crown. Around 1:30 this afternoon, Hugh Neff crossed the Yukon Quest finish line in Whitehorse, Yukon at Shipyards Park with 9 dogs. He finished the race in 9 days, 1 hour and 25 minutes. He kept pace with the top musters, which included defending champion Brent Sass, former champion Alan Moore, and up-and-comer Matt Hall. Neff made his move from Carmax to Brayburn, and he was the first into Brayburn. This is Neff's second Yukon Quest title. He won his first in 2012 with a time of 9 days, 17 hours. The lead dog, George Costanza, was the same lead dog who won the 2012 race for Neff. This is the 16th Yukon Quest for the Tok musher.
When I won this race in 2012, the closest quest ever by 26 seconds, we had about 5 people from Whitehorse here. 5. It might have been 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if you guys were all hungover or something, but I really, the outpouring here has been amazing. There's been people all up and down the river. It's just, Whitehorse, I love you. You guys are awesome.
The Yukon Quest runner-up is Brent Sass, who completed the race after not finishing in 2014 after running with a moose going from Fairbanks to Whitehorse. Two-time champion Alan Moore, he takes third. Fellow Two Rivers musher Matt Hall is making his way to Whitehorse, as is Ed Hopkins, who round out the top 5. And after the Ice Dogs swept the Springfield Junior Blues on Saturday, some Ice Dogs teammates turned into opponents at the NAHL Top Prospects Tournament today. Reiner Gorowski, Logan Coombs, and Todd Burgess all had a goal and a helper to lead the NAHL Selects to a 6-2 win over Team Midwest, which had 5 Ice Dogs players. Saturday, the Ice Dogs won 3-2 over the Springfield Junior Blues for the sweep. Adam Anderson, he scored the game winner in the 3rd round of the shootout for the Ice Dogs. Fairbanks hosts the Janesville Jets this Friday.
You guys played for a state championship last year against the same team. And I guarantee you that thought should have been in your minds once that game ended last year. You can't wait till you get at it again. This is going to be your night, okay? Let's go.
That was Monroe hockey head coach Sean Lundgren with the pregame speech before his team faced off against the Houston Hawks in the Greatland State title game on Saturday. The Hawks beat the Rams in last year's final 3-0, but Monroe comes in with a 19-0 record after being stopped on the doorstep. Dylan Steele, he scored his 2nd breakaway of the game to give the Rams a 1-0 lead at the 7:13 mark of the first off the Ryan Michelle assist. About 4 minutes later, Steele, he scores again, and Monroe was up 2-0 going into the 2nd period. Nate Jankowski, he made some crucial stops throughout the game for Monroe as well. He made 26 saves, and Grant Olson, he makes a heady play in the 2nd period. Players thought they heard a whistle and they stopped, but Olson kept playing and he scored. The Rams will go on to win 3-1 to complete a perfect 20-0 season with the state title, their 2nd state championship in 4 seasons.
The feeling, you can't describe the feeling. There aren't any words to describe it. We had a mission at the beginning of the year. We knew what we had to do, and we just came out and did it today.
Well, I just focused on the puck and stopping anything that I could.
A lot of credit goes to Kirk Hammond, who's been, the head of this program for quite a few years, and obviously I'm very fortunate to be able to walk into it. Every coach's dream is that your team's playing the best at the end of the year, and I thought that there was a lot of improvement within this group, so I'm very proud of them.
Monroe's win on Saturday gives them 4 Greatland hockey titles in program history. The 2012 to 2013 freshman class, they bookend their career with a state title. Seniors Dylan Steele and Grant Olson and juniors Nate Jankowski and Michael Corley were named to the All-State Tournament team for the Rams. The West Valley Wolfpack, they finished in 4th place with a 7-0 win over Colony on Saturday. West Valley senior Caleb Moretz, who had 3 goals and 6 total points in this last game, made the All-State Tournament team for the Wolfpack. And we close out the Sportscast with another edition of the I-5 Interior Top 5 Plays.
Starting us out at number 5, Big Almir Hadjisevich scores the and 1 play for the Nooks while on his way to the floor. That tough play comes in a close 71-76 loss at UAA on Thursday. At number 4, Grant Olson makes the heads-up play, playing through the whistle, scoring the insurance goal in the 2nd period of the Greatland State title game for the Monroe Rams on Saturday night. More from this game in a bit. Number 3, West Valley's Daniel Hornbuckle can score and pass. He goes behind the back to Brandon Bones Joyner, who finishes the play in transition. Nice hookup in a 72-40 win over Monroe on Tuesday. Number 2, West Valley seniors Caleb Moretz and Gabe Rankin both get hat tricks in their final high school games as the Wolfpack cruise to a 7-0 win over Colony and earn 4th place at the state tournament. Number 1, Dylan Steele's 2-goal first period in the Greatland State title game for the Monroe Rams, leading them to a 3-1 win over the Houston Hawks. Monroe finishes 20-0 and earned their 2nd title in 4 seasons. To vote for the play of the week, click on your favorite play on the I-5 poll on webcenter11.com. You can also comment on the KTVF Facebook and YouTube post and at KTVF11 Sports on Twitter for your vote. The play of the week will be revealed this Friday.
The I-5 Sports Report is brought to you by Adient Orthopedic Physical Therapy.
And that'll do it for sports tonight. Thanks for watching. Your full weather forecast is coming up next after the break, and we'll catch you next time.
Welcome back to the weather segment of our newscast, and there's no weather. What's on the screen? No, I'm just kidding. That's actually what's coming up in weather is our state weather right there. You can see our map, and Mike is sick out tonight, but hopefully he'll be back tomorrow. Taking a look at our conditions for today, well, not to be unexpected here. Anchorage was looking really good, and so was Kodiak in the mid-30s to upper 30s for them. Same in the Panhandle, Juneau 37, 41, rain in Ketchikan. But if we go north, Fort Yukon checked in today at 10, Barrow -5. Still not too bad for this time of year, -3 for Nome. And then off the west coast, Bethel with 18 degrees, Cold Bay 39 degrees. So overall, pretty warm for us in February, or at least mid-February. Taking a look at the lower 48, and away we go down the slide. Here we go, if you can see that. Well, there was storm conditions in the New York area and the upper East Coast as well as the south as well. Miami, 75 degrees, perfect for them this time of year, but of course those rainstorms weren't to be expected. There's also snow bands across the Midwest states trickling on into Minnesota. If you look up in the Pacific Northwest, there was a storm system that fronted right there in Seattle and loomed its way over into Montana earlier in the way, and that'll still happen for the next day or so. So let's go ahead and take a look at our kids' weather watch for today. What do you know? It's a new week, and so we're going to start off with a weather fact. In 1885, Brownsville, Texas, actually I've been there. Quite lovely. An incredible 6 inches of snow fell with 11 inches at Mobile, Alabama. I've been there as well too. All right, that's your weather fact for today. Thank you to Mount McKinley Bank for 50 years of service to the community. And of course, next week we'll be visiting with the kids from Wood River Elementary. Well, Mike will, I won't. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at tomorrow's forecast. We'll start up north. Okay, Barrow -5 for tomorrow, Fort Yukon -3, and Nome in the 20s. Some blowing snow for Barrow, but mostly cloudy for Nome, and just some isolated snow showers for Fort Yukon. Let's take a look at the interior. Now, Fairbanks will be checking in tomorrow, hopefully with a high of around 5. Maybe some flurries or scattered snow across the entire interior area. Healy, 21 degrees, so a little bit warmer than us, and Delta as well, 18 degrees, hopefully projected for tomorrow. Let's take a look at the Panhandle. Showers for Juneau. Heavy rain possible for Ketchikan as that storm front that's right in the Gulf of Alaska. It's moving ever so slowly eastward, and it's going to be affecting them. Juneau 42, Ketchikan 44 degrees. Taking a look at the southwest, and well, what do you know? Bethel checking in 29 degrees. That is warm for them. Cold Bay 40 degrees, Kodiak 39 with flurries, so it's a mixed bag of weather all around that area there. Okay, let's take a look at South Central for tomorrow. Partly cloudy at Anchorage, mostly sunny in Homer. Nice, lots of sun for Valdez. Temperatures ranging from, well, mid-30s to upper 30s. So kind of a spring break weekend for them, extended, especially in March. Or February. Yeah, we're in February. Okay, let's take a look at our current conditions right now. Today's high was 11. Last night's low, believe it or not, was -4. Record high set in 1941, 44 degrees, and a record low in 1950, 50 degrees below zero. Sunrise was at 8:52 a.m. Sunset is 5:22 p.m. Daylight, 8 hours, 30 minutes. That is a gain of about 6 minutes over yesterday. Okay, here's our short-range forecast for tonight. It's going to be a little chilly tonight, mostly cloudy. Flurries or snow showers are possible throughout the late evening into morning, -4. And then if we check tomorrow's forecast, not terrible, 5 degrees for a high, colder with cloudy skies and snow showers. And get this, here's our extended range. It will start to increase the warmness in the area. 10 degrees slated for the remainder of the work week, as well as into Sunday we may increase to 12, but I got to tell you that this time of year, seeing any temperatures in the positive is a positive for us. Not too terrible. It's just the overnight low is going to check in down to what,
I don't like
-15.
-15.
No. Well, yeah. Well, Sarah meets Joe. Joe meets Sarah.
I mean, hey, it's a lot better than -30, which is like how it was. I believe last year it was pretty cold.
Yes, yeah, it was this time of year. But we have not reached 30 below this year yet. So it's going to be one of the first winters on record that we don't.
I brought in the weather from California.
I think you did. That's why you got tenure here. All right. Now, before we go, a reminder that KTVF is having another Watch and Win contest running every night during the Fairbanks Evening News and News Center Final.
That's right, Daryl. It's your chance to win 400 gallons, 400, heating fuel from Alaska Fuel Services.
That's right, Joe. Just look for that Alaska Fuel Service truck sometime during one of the newscasts.
Indeed, Sarah. Then go to our website at webcenter11.com, find the contest section, and enter for a chance to win, and good luck.
All right. right.
All right, that will wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We're glad you could join us.
That's right, Daryl. Tonight on NBC Nightly News, the violence continues in Syria as a new ceasefire approaches. That's next with Lester Holt.
You said it, Joe. Join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or online anytime at webcenter11.com.
In conclusion, Sarah, Joe, from all of us here at the News Center, have a great night.
Good night.